Zavala from the library. She's one of our research librarians, and this is a very important person for you to know as you're working on your assignments in many of your classes for the next couple of years. So Ms. Zavala's office is on the second floor upstairs in the library. So as soon as you guys are ready, we will start. You ready? Excellent. What are we going to look at today? I want to give you a reminder on a couple of things. Week 1, 2 weeks ago, Professor Stava went over the syllabus for the semester. We have simplified this seminar tremendously, so I want to go over with you what the expectations are for you to do well in this seminar, and they're really pretty simple. 50% of your grade comes from being here and participating. And the only way we know if you're here or not is to make sure you sign in. So each of the weeks that you're here, make sure that you have signed in indicating that you're getting credit for being here. The second part of your grade is going to come from 4 assignments, the first of which we're going to talk about today. So you're going to have a very short 1 to 2 page summary assignment from what we work on today for me that will be due on Wednesday, October the 1st. Okay? And all 4 of these assignments you're going to submit into Blackboard, into the assignment boxes in Blackboard. Okay? So you're going to have one for me today that's due on October 1st. Your second one, Mr. Burlow is going to present on October the 15th, and he'll give you the due date for that one. Your third one is going to be that next week with Professor Burlingame on Dress for Success and resume writing and cover letters, and she'll give you the deadline on that. And then the last one is from Professor Rhodes on November the 12th on career search and networking. Okay? So those are your only 4 assignments that you're going to have due. You don't turn them in hard copy. You don't put them in an e-portfolio. You put them in the Blackboard assignment box by the deadline that that professor issued. Those deadlines are also up online. Like I opened mine up this morning. So if you were to go onto our class in Blackboard right now, you would see the copy of the handout I gave you that we're going to review, and then you'd also see the deadline of when it's due. The third part of your grade comes from your journaling. And each week, the faculty are going to give you 2 or 3 or 4 short journal prompts, basically to get you started on the different topics that we are talking about that week. And your assignment is just to enter into your journal. Now, at the end of the semester, Professor Stava and myself and a couple of other faculty will sit down and we will read and go through and check those journals. So we won't actually look at those until December the 10th or whatever it is, okay? But I encourage you to do those as we go. They're very simple if you do them each week. But we're literally not going to look at those until December, okay? Again, the e-portfolio is an option. Professor Cozzolino and Ms. Morseman talked about that last week, but we are not going to grade any e-portfolios. Okay? Question?
How long should our journal prompts be? Like, how long do you want it to be?
I would say probably the equivalent of a page per week. Okay? If you want to do a little bit longer, that's fine. Some students get into some of them and do them longer, but I would say around a page. That's what I'll be looking for when I'm grading. Okay? Again, it's just an opportunity for you to reflect a little bit more on what we talked about during the seminar that day. Okay? Any questions now on those deliverables? How your grades calculated for the fact that you have 4 short assignments and then your journal entries that are due. And then those will be graded at the end. Now, for instance, this assignment that you're going to turn into me that we'll go over in a minute, on October 1st, I will grade that then. Okay, so you'll actually see a grade entered into Blackboard then. And then when Professor Grillo tells you what to do, he'll go in and grade those, and Professor Rhodes, etc. Okay? And if you have any questions on those individual assignments, best just to follow up with that specific professor. Again, the purpose of what we're trying to do for this seminar is to give you an opportunity. All of you, in some form or fashion, are business majors. And one of the traditions in earning a BBA at any major college or university is that you have a professional development seminar experience. It's a very, very common. They're usually 1 or 2 credits, and they usually meet one afternoon a week. Ours met one night a week. We actually met for a couple of hours one night a week. And we went over different topics that were important to the field. And that's exactly what we're going to be doing in this seminar this semester. That's the purpose. Okay? And you can pretty much figure, if you look at how the grading goes, that 50% of your grade comes from the attendance. If you're here and you're attending and you turn in all your assignments, you'll do well. And if you're not here, you probably won't pass this class, and you'll be sitting in here next fall. And we have people every year that don't take the attendance seriously, and then they end up repeating the class. And in your syllabus, it gives you how many times you can miss before that's it. Okay? So make sure you take a look at that. And it's not a lot. I think it's 2 and 3. Okay? Any questions? Any don't? All right. So this week, we're going to look at 2 specific focuses this week. One is the role of professional development and why it's so important for you. And I'm going to spend a few minutes sharing some best practices with you, and then Ms. Babala is going to actually show you some more of those as well. The second thing that we want to focus in on is the role of how you communicate in terms of written communication so that you have a professional appearance and that you understand if somebody asks you to write an executive summary or a one-page project summary, how to do that. Okay, so I'm going to show you some different resources on that as well too. Let me go on. So weekly journal requirements are important. And again, I'm going to go over this prompt, and then they're up on Blackboard for you, so you can take a look at it for this week. And then your specific assignment is that Word document. Can we just go to that Microsoft Word document that's down there?
Okay. Is there? It's not in here.
It's right here.
Okay. So I got it.
No, that's okay.
Oops, wait, we've got 2.
Yeah.
Writing.
Seminar assignment. Let's do that first.
Got it.
All right. So this is the handout I gave you. And this is your assignment that's due October 1st. So let's go over this first. This is the deliverable. They're over here. Okay. This is the deliverable that you have that'll be due no later than Wednesday, October the 1st. Okay? What you're doing is you're writing a 1 to 2 page summary on the benefits of professional development and actually going through the experience of going through a professional development seminar or a training conference, which some of you will be involved in as well too. These are located, as I put right here, up in Blackboard under the assignment folder for assignment week 3. So if you need to go back and take a look, they're up there attached as a Microsoft Word document. There's also hard copies here that I passed out to you today. So what I'm suggesting is you try to write your summary in a 1-page format, 250 words. You may need to go over a little bit to a second page, so you're going to see at the bottom that if you need to get to 2 pages, including the references that you're going to use, that you may do that. But what's required is for you to go do some digging. I literally want you to go into the different resources that are available online through the library. Ms. Babala is going to go over these in just a second for you so you're aware of them. And I want you to start to look at what's out there. What are people attending? What opportunities are there? Why is this of value? Why do we think it's important for you to spend Wednesday afternoons from 4 to 5 working on this, and for us to spend this time working on this? I want you to look at and tell me about specific findings or articles that you take a look at. You might want to look at other colleges or universities and what they're doing in terms of professional development. Okay? You need to include in that summary, if you expect to earn a good grade on it, an A or a B, at least 5 embedded or in-text citations. That means 5 different references that you've taken a look at. So that basically tells me you're going to look at least 5 different sources. They might be articles, they might be books, they might be websites, can be a combination of different sources. Okay? I want you to make sure that you document those references or those sources, and that's why I'm giving you that 2-page leeway. And I want you to use APA style, which there's samples for you on our college library website. I want you to use your page numbers and make sure that you use a professional format, which basically means a header with your name, the date, and title of the assignment set. Now, for those of you that are in taking management communications or have taken it, this is going to be a piece of cake for you because this is how we do it. Okay, for those of you who haven't had that class, these are the requirements in terms of professional best practices for written communications. Okay? Questions? Any questions on the assignment? Yes?
You want your word count on there still or no?
Yes. Make sure you include your word count. If you go into Microsoft Word functionality up on the top, the different functions in Microsoft Word, that's one of the options that you have is to add a word count on there. I would like you to include the word count. Thank you.
Do you want
All
to
right.
the document?
Yeah. Okay, let's keep going. I also gave you on the back side of the sheet of your assignment, and this is also up on Blackboard under this week's attachments, a list of some of the common requirements that professionals in business and industry use when they're writing any kind of a report or a project summary, whether it's 1 page or 20 pages, okay? And I'm not going to go through and read all of these to you, but I want you to make sure that you use this checklist, if you will, when you're putting together your summaries and you're writing your assignments for this seminar, because all 4 of the faculty are going to look at this. This is part of what they're going to be looking for in terms of your work, okay? So, you want to be using simple phrases, action-oriented verbs. You want to make sure that you clarify with your customer, I'm your customer, what the requirements are. If you're on a project team out in industry or in a sports management or a facilities firm of some sort, what are the expectations from your boss or from that client or the proposal that you're putting together? Okay? Again, simple, clear, concise, brief. Bullets are great. This is not an English class. This is a professional development business class. So if you want to write your summary in bullets, that's fine with me. Just as long as you've edited it and it's understandable. Bullets are a common format, succinct format in business and industry. Okay? Let me go back to the PowerPoints. Take it to the next page. Okay, so here's a couple of objectives that are important. One is I want you to start to understand what the value is and what the different aspects are of business professional development. And that's part of what Ms. Naval is going to share with you in just a few minutes. I want you to start to look at the competencies that you're going to be developing so that when you go out and you're applying for a job and you go up against 50 other applicants or 100 different applicants, your work is going to stand out, and it's going to stand out in a good way, not a bad way. They're going to say, wow, this person has got this together. They know how to write in a simple, succinct, clear way. I like this. I want this person. Okay?
Again?
Yeah. All right. So again, here's what we just went over this. This is what the assignment is going to be. This is what I'm looking for. This is what's up on Blackboard as well too. All right. 1 page to 2 pages, and I'm giving you that 2nd page because of the references that you're going to have to list. APA style, American Psychological Association, is the style manual, the style guide that we're going to use. We'll show you in just a second where you can find that up on the library site if you're not familiar with it. You have to have at least 5 embedded in-text citations, minimal. Okay, and then those should be listed at the back of the paper. So if I want to go take a look at those, I can find those easily. Okay, header, footer, page number, word count. Okay. All right, here's your 3 journal prompts that I have given you for week 3. So these are the 3 ideas that I want you to think about, and somewhere between now and first week of December, I want you to have entered into your journal for week 3. Number 1, and these are things that you should, I would really write these either shortly, or I would write them as soon as you do your 1-page summary, because it'll be fresh in your mind. So number 1 is, I want you to start to identify the benefits of professional development to you, to attending a seminar, or to reading something new in your field, or to going to a lecture, or a training session, or taking a webinar. Maybe you're going to do some online, or Skype conference. It could be all different kinds of things that I would consider professional development. Maybe you have a coach or a mentor that you're working with, and you sit down and you have a discussion or a conversation with that coach or that mentor. That could be a professional development session. Okay? Then, based on what you've learned, I want you to start to share ways that you can think of that you can start to use professional development opportunities to enhance the quality of your work. So what are some ways right now as you're a student that you could use? Let's just brainstorm a couple of examples real quick. What are some things you could do right now as a junior or a senior here at college along the lines of professional development that might help improve your preparation for your career? What might you do? Anybody? Yes?
So get help from the person that was here last week about the portfolios and stuff like that.
Okay, so you might go over to the Career Development Center and meet with Elaine Morseman or one of the other staff over there and learn how to put together your e-portfolio so you're ready to market yourself once you graduate. Great, that's a great example. What else could you do? Anybody? Yes? You could attend a career fair. Great. Excellent. What else could you do? Yes. So Kimberly brings up the example of actually participating in an internship or an occupational experience that you might have. Okay? You could go and negotiate with a faculty member to be a mentor to you. And it may not be anybody in business. It might be in a different area. Or it might be in business. And it may not be one of your core faculty members. It may be a different faculty member that you want to learn from. Okay? And you basically set up a mentoring experience. That is professional development. Okay? And then, what other questions do you have after you've gone through this experience about professional development or about how to appropriately write in terms of a business document? And not having any questions is really not a very good response because we've all got questions. So I want you to start to just jot down. If you've got questions about business professional development, career professional development, jot those down and then share those in your journal when you get ready to do your entry for week 3. Okay? And again, I'm suggesting that it be about a page and a half. If you want it to be longer, that's fine too. You don't have to do it all at once. You might want to go back and add things to it. You can edit your journal anytime you want. It's set up in such a way that you can go in whenever you want and update. You can delete, you can edit, you can change how you want to do that. Yes.
Here.
Yes.
Was that 3 separate prompts or is that all?
Those are the prompts.
Is it 3 separate journals or is it all?
It doesn't have to be 3 separate entries, but when I read your journal for week 3, these are the 3 things I'm going to look for. Okay, so you can put them all together or you can separate them out together. Good question. You can separate them out or you can put them all together, however you want to do it. All right. Now, the other thing I want to show you real quick, let me just get in here.
Sure, Jane.
I put another source up for you on our Blackboard site today that I want you to see real quick. Let me just pull it up. This is a PDF. It's a large document.
That's okay. I just
All right. In your folder for week 3 on Blackboard, there's an excellent source for you. It's about, I don't know, 70 or 80 pages long. Well, there is 98 pages long, okay? So it's electronic in format. But I have pulled together for you all types of sample best practices. So there's documents in here that our English department, you can look at this. Okay, we went through the requirement setting checklist, but there's examples in here of how to do APA style. There's examples in here that Professor McBride developed on how to lay out your tables, how to put together an executive summary or an abstract, okay? I've also pulled best practice examples of case summaries and journal article summaries, so you can start to see what students who earned A's in the past have done and how they've done it, so you can start to see what these look like. So when you have a few minutes, take a look at this PDF file that talks about best practices for writing across the business field. And these are things I still use today, and I studied this stuff 40 years ago, literally. But I literally still go and look this stuff up all the time. I don't expect you to memorize it. You're not going to be tested on it, but you will be tested on it in a way when you're not in the industry and people are reading your work. Because they're going to know what to expect. Okay? So please make sure you take a look at that source. Okay, can we go back to the
PowerPoint?
Yep. So this is an example of what a table of contents might look like.
Oh, did you want me to go back?
Yeah, no, that's fine. Is that the name?
Oh, no.
I just don't. So there's examples in there of
Oh,
how
wait,
to
I'm not-
outline, how to outline what the purpose statement is of your 1-page or your 20-page or your proposal, of clarifying formats of what's expected, and your boss or your team leader or the individual that you're working with will be able to help you with that. And while you're still in school, your faculty member that's asking for this report or this summary should be able to tell you what their formatting requirements are. You need to clarify timelines. Some of you are really very, very good about putting together rough drafts, and you give yourself enough time so that you can put a draft together and come get some feedback. And then a faculty member can say, I really like this section, this format needs work, this needs to be moved. And then by the time you make those changes, you get an A on that paper. Instead of waiting till the last minute and then you get a C or a D or an F on it and you wonder what happened. So again, setting your timelines up. And then clarifying what the expectations are from your customer. In this case, most of your customers right now are your faculty. These are examples. You can take a look at all these. That's Grace's, one of Grace's. These are all in that writing manual that I put online for you. And then Jane's going to go over for us some of the best practices in terms of searches and what's out there in terms of professional development.
Okay. What time is it?
You got it?
I got
Do
it.
you want me to do it, or are you?
Yeah, I'm good.
You're
Yeah.
going to stay back here?
Yeah, I'll stay right
All
there.
right, I'm going to
Okay. All right. Hi, everybody. I know I've seen many of you before. Some of this might not be new to many of you, but I'm going to show you once again, give you a little bit of a refresher on how to do number 5 very quickly. If you look at the handout that I provided, it's not exact APA style, but I have fulfilled every aspect of this little assignment on that little brochure I handed out. On the back, you'll see my 5 sources, all in APA style, that I use to provide the content for this handy little brochure. Okay? Now, for the purposes of this week, I've done a library guide. Many of you are familiar with the library guides, and I'm going to go show you how to find that. And I'm also going to take you again to some areas that will help you not only for this class, but for your other sessions of this class. The research guide for this one, I hit research guides off the, everybody know how to get to the library's webpage? Everybody's been there. If you need a refresher from Alfred State, it's at the libraries tab. Takes you right to our library webpage, which is going to be changing slightly maybe over the course towards later this semester. But the topics I'm taking you to will be there, and they'll be easily findable on the new page. First place I'm going to hit is research guide. What is our discipline here? Business. There it is. There's a professional business seminar LibGuide. We're offering you just an overview of places to search to effectively get your 5 good articles for this assignment. Here's the handout that I provided if you need a refresher. There it is. I've discussed some search strategies to use here when you're searching the databases to find you articles that are discussing the value of continuing education. On the back, as discussed, these are my 5 sources that I have used. You're going to see that you'll see also at the top of this page a list of associations. As students, it might be important for you to decide a professional association that you would like to belong to. Trust me, once you graduate and you become a member of the working force, you will be joining professional associations, and they predominantly will be your main source of excellent areas of continuing education. This is a listing of just a few. I myself, as a librarian here at Alfred State, belong to 4 or 5, as I'm sure Dr. Back does. I belong to the State University of New York Libraries Association, the American Library Association, the New York State Research and Reference Library Association, in addition to other things related to my undergraduate degree skill sets regarding that. So that's going to be the place you probably will go to for ideas on professional development ideas, how to keep abreast of what's up in your field. That might be a valuable source for you to include as one of your works cited, as I did right down here, the International Professional Development Program and from the Encyclopedias of Associations. So with that in mind, let's kind of go back here to the main part of this little LibGuide. You have to find 5 sources that talk about the value of continuing education and professional seminars. Once again, you can come up with your own keywords to search. I pulled a couple of keywords from here, and I'm just going to demonstrate a couple of these databases again as a refresher. This is Business Source Complete. And for one, let's try professional development. Professional development, which is, all right, auto-filled for me. And how about employees? Maybe I'll use that just as a keyword. Professional development for employees, and how about training? I'm going to really narrow it down. Hit enter. How many articles did I get that are discussing the professional development issues? Is this a hot topic within industry? Yes. I can limit this to full text or not. You could see the learning and development we need to have revolution. You're going to get you're not going to get generalized information like you would on your textbook. You're going to get case studies, and you're going to get people from various walks of life, nursing, computer, construction, IT, that are talking about how important continuing development is to their profession. Marketing, our pledge to you, boost basic job skills training. All of these are very important. You can see this is going to be an easy assignment for you. Here's one I chose, professional development, one bite at a time. This article presents practical advice in relation to professional career development in the training and development industry. You click on this. Once again, here's your PDF. They're going to be talking about, for many of us, This means reading publications, attending conferences, or watching webinars. There are 72,000 documents supporting what you're learning in this professional business seminar, and your education does not end with school. So if you wanted to use this one, you guys are used to using the databases, correct? There's a little site tab to help you. It may or might not be correct. You got to check your APA. This is the APA citation for this source. Can anybody quickly, by looking at this, tell me what's wrong right away with this citation as generated by this database? What about the author? Is that correct? What's wrong with it? It's all caps. So some of your information might be there, but the formatting is up to you. Don't let anybody else think for you, including one of these citation generators. So whenever you do that, you're liable to find mistakes. We are purchasing journals from this company. They do this as kind of a little help. We're not purchasing and expecting them to have perfect citations. That's something that we know you are capable of, and we'll make sure that you do. So that was just using Business Source Complete. Here we have information on APA citations to double check what you're finding. Here's the Diana Hacker site, documenting sources. She's going to tell you how you do your in-text citations. She's going to show you how you do your list of references. You're going to scroll down there and you're going to find something from a library database or wherever you are, and make sure that it is in that correct format. When you hand something, you know how easy it is to make a mistake. Sometimes you have to put things down, pick them up in a day or two. You're going to find everything you need from this little LibGuide. There's also a sample search paper that's included in that PDF document that Dr. Back just pointed out. She's going to tell you how you do the running head, title page, etc. So, like your other LibGuides that we've been providing, you can get almost everything you need for this assignment from there. Another one I used here that you may not have used before is Vocational and the Career Collection. It's another database we get. For example, let's just do another one to see what they are, what kind of articles they're providing. This time I changed my keywords to career development and employees. All right, okay, there. Teaching learners to fish, collect input outside looking in, distinguish yourself and excel in the profession. This article offers recommendations for successful career development for training and developmental professionals. Focus is given to statements that communicate an employee's value to an employer. So let's look at this one. Here we go. Why and how to set yourself apart as a savvy professional in the training and development field. So there's a lot of competition out there, and a lot of people are going to be trying to tell you how to stay ahead of the game. So this library guide was developed specifically for this particular question, week 3, all on professional development. These are the databases that will give you excellent journals to use as part of your 5 citations. Okay? Now, when we go back to the library's database, databases by title and subject. We also list many others under business and company that might be very helpful to you as you go on with this professional development seminar for some of your other chapters if you are asked to research different components of the seminar. Once again, my favorite is Business Source Complete. After that, you can play around with these other databases and you will definitely find current research that will support anything you're learning in this seminar and in any of your business classes. Now, one more place I'm going to go right now is I'm going to give you an example of what you're going to find at a association site. no matter what area you are in. There's going to be an association of members that you can belong. For this demo right now, I'm doing the CMAA, the Construction Management Association of America. And this is typical of any association webpage that you go to, be it engineering, be it chemistry, science, medical information, library. Their site is very typical of what you're going to find. First thing, membership education. Research, education, conference education. Conference education, this is the conferences that they're going to be having every year, where they're going to be talking about all different types of areas related to construction management, upcoming advances, etc. They're going to, on your education, you will also get development, webinars. What webinars can you attend? Your association's website is going to tell you what's up and coming in your field. It's the same way. Okay, let's try it. Whoops, I thought I was, excuse me, it zinged me out. Okay, NASSM, North American Society for Sport Management. There we go. Welcome to the official site, their conference, their Journal of Sport, their Journal of Sport Management. As a member, you can get these publications at a reduced rate than they would be like off the newsstand. Student members can join these at very reduced rates. This is a good thing for you right now to join, to answer number 2 that Dr. Back was talking about, get you in the door, get you networking with people in your field. So when you graduate, you have other career opportunities.
How about PMI.org, Project Management Institute, for those of you that want to be project managers, PMI.org.
Okay, you can see they're all about the same. They're all going to talk about, ta-da, professional development, opportunities, career central, empower your career in project management, handling failure in a job interview. Some things you cannot learn just by going to school. There's a lot of things you have to finesse. People with experience in HR, maybe some psychologists will come in. How do you deal with difficult employees? There's everything that they really try to provide you with current, appropriate, continuing education ideas and things. So membership is here. Overview, benefits of membership, types of membership. Most likely you would find a student chapter membership, student member. There you go, $32 to join. It's well worth it for the networking and connections that you would make. Okay, so the other thing you may want to use these databases for, Business Source Complete, just type in business writing, and you will get an equal number of journal articles discussing the importance of business communication and good writing skills. So, that.
Okay, one other thing I want to show you guys. Here's the sign-in sheet. Who's got it? Okay, it's down here. So before you leave, if you'll make sure that you get signed in, I want to show you one other thing before we wrap up this afternoon. So
Okay, go
stick
ahead.
with me. I want to go to Blackboard.
Okay.
Okay, just stay where you are. That's
Okay,
good.
go right there. Where you go? I thought it came up. Is it a banner?
Yeah.
Where's it?
No, it's under academics.
God.
I know. Okay. So I'm signing into Blackboard. I want to show you exactly where you're going to submit your assignment. Okay, here's today's course, and you notice that my announcement's already there. Professional development and written communications for week 3. So each week you're going to have an announcement from the faculty member that's facilitating. If you go to the left-hand side of these folders and you go down to assignments and click on that, you're going to see exactly what we've just been talking about. Here it is right here. Here's a copy of the PDF with that journal and the manual. Here's a copy of the assignment. You're going to click on that assignment. It's going to go on all this security stuff.
Well, at least we never forget our passwords.
Don't start. Again, this is what you already have in front of you. If you lose it, you need to take a look at it. Okay? And to submit this, you click on the title of the assignment. So did you see I just clicked on that? It takes me down. It tells me this is due Wednesday, October 1st by 4 p.m. It's worth 100 points. You're going to go down here and you're going to browse your computer and attach your assignment. Please do not put it in the text box. Do not put it in the comments box because I won't read it in there. Okay? Well, you're going to obviously save that assignment, put your name on there. And then what's going to happen is that's going to come into my grade book. And I'm going to open up the grade book and then I'll put the grades in there. Okay? Questions? All right. Before you leave, the sign-up sheet's right down here. Y'all have a great evening. Have a great evening. Have a great evening. Have a great evening. Have a great evening.